What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of the Death of the Asia. I hope y'all are enjoying y'all evening tonight. We about to have us a really good show. Last season I did not watch Married to Medicine, so I might have some gaps in my commentary because last season I did not watch Married to Medicine, and just so happens Sunday I wasn't doing anything, and the premiere of season 9 came on, and I was like, okay, it's looking real cute. I think I'm gonna get into it. I probably start doing the reviews more frequently. I probably review the whole season. Ain't no telling. Y'all tell me whether or not y'all want me to keep these reviews coming, and I probably do them at least like that Monday or that Tuesday, like on today or whatever. So when y'all get in here, go ahead and like the video, share the video, and make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Run them numbers up for your girl. Um, I had to take me some notes, y'all, because it's my first time doing it, and your girl memory ain't that good. And so I had to refresh myself today. So the episode actually opens up this season with Simone and Jackie. They was riding together. So apparently they have mended their differences. I don't really know how long it is going to last, and I don't know what took place in order for them to decide to put their differences to the side or whatever. Simone did say that she had to jump off the petty boat, and she said that, in other words, Jackie had to take some accountability on her part, and they basically missed each other. I get it. I actually miss seeing Jackie, Simone, and Dr. Heavenly, Dr. Simone, and Dr. Jackie together. I miss that trio. They looked like they had a really good time. I didn't like the fact that Simone seemed to be jealous of the relationship between Dr. Heavenly, and Dr. Jackie. So Dr. Heavenly and Dr. Jackie, they're still cool. So I don't know how this is all going to play out. I don't know if it's going to be a thing where she's going to try to create a wedge in between them, because she seems very possessive of her friends. I don't know how that's going to work out, but I will be perfectly honest with you. Throughout my uh, time of actually watching the shows, last season was the only season that I missed. Throughout my time of watching the shows, Simone don't give me a whole lot. She don't give me anything to write home to, So I don't know how much of her storyline that I'm gonna be interested in. I think that they are going to ride this Dr. Jackie and Dr. Simone friendship out, and I'm really not here for it. It's not that serious. It's not that deep. We heard enough of it. They had the breakdown at the reunion and everything. It's just too much. We don't need season after season of their friendship woes. I could do without that. So for right now, for what I'm seeing, it doesn't look like Dr. Simone or Dr. Jackie have a actual storyline. I know that Dr. Jackie has a whole bunch of different businesses that she got open and everything. So maybe that be part of her storyline. I don't know. Maybe Curtis gonna cheat again. I'm not exactly sure, but I'm really not entertained with the Dr. Simone and the Dr. Jackie storyline. I'm not entertained by that. So they're gonna have to give me something else to work with. Um so the episode opened up with those two. That was real cute. They pulled up to the house, and I think it was Jackie's house. And there was this old school car out there, and Jackie was saying that Curtis need to go ahead and sell the car. And they had some fun. Was talking about, the guys was saying, we finna go get some wings, and Dr. Simone said that the wings, saying we finna go get some wings, is code for going to the strip club. And so the guys were saying, since Dr. Simone and Dr. Jackie, since their friendship was rocky, the guys weren't able to hang out with each other. So that made me feel like the guys weren't really friends like that, because what the girls falling out got to do with the guys? They still could have hung out. But I know sometimes when you're in a relationship, especially a marriage, and you're still hanging out with any party from the couple, sometimes people will feel like that you with the ops. So and Dr. Simone seemed like she that type of person that'll have some type of issue like that. So I could kind of understand why they didn't. But it was unfortunate that their friendship had to suffer because of the relationship with Dr. Jackie and Dr. Simone. So it's good that those two ladies, they've mended their differences. So these guys could continue being in the club, watching these girls shake their ass, throwing their cash or whatever, spending up all their wives' money. So after the Dr. Simone and Dr. Jackie scene, and this probably be a little bit out of order, but it panned over to Dr. Heavenly. So we get to Dr. Heavenly house. And Dr. Heavenly, she is something else. She is something else. I just knew it was gonna be so messy as soon as we got to Dr. Heavenly house. So okay, we get to Dr. Heavenly house, and Alora is about to go have driving lessons with Dr. Damien, her dad. They about to go have driver's lessons because she got her new Range Rover for her birthday or whatnot. And they were talking about her picking up hours for the beauty shop that they have. And Alora was saying that she'll work the weekends. That was real cute. She'll work on Saturdays. And in comes Miss Quiet, honey. That's my girl. Because Miss Quiet, when she come through, she pulls up. She be putting that shit on. She's always dressed really nice, looking real good, body still tight. I love me some Quiet. Now the thing is though, we all already know Dr. Heavenly is messy. But when Dr. Heavenly and Quad get together, it gets turned up a whole nother notch. They are both messy together. You know what I'm saying? Separately, Quad ain't as messy as Dr. Heavenly, but when she get with Dr. Heavenly, they be messy boots. First thing, as soon as Alora leave about the house with her daddy, here come Quad being messy, talking about, so what's going on with Contessa? So apparently Dr. Heavenly and Contessa, they not talking. And they haven't been talking for a while. And Dr. Heavenly was acting as if she was confused as to why her and Contessa are not talking. And so they started panning the video to clips of Dr. Heavenly's YouTube channel. And I actually watched that show when she was talking about Dr. Contessa and was saying that her husband, she basically validated somebody comment by saying that she think Dr. Scott, I think that's her husband name. If I'm wrong, y'all correct me. I think it's Dr. Scott, Contessa's husband. Anyway, that she think Contessa's husband is like mentally and verbally abusive or whatever. Well, if you ask me, to be quite honest, from watching the previous shows in the distress that Dr. Contessa was in, I don't think Dr. Heavenly was wrong at all. But when you move forward into the episode, Dr. Contessa was saying something about, I think it was when they had went to Anila. I'm jumping ahead because I want to make this make sense with uh, Contessa being upset with Dr. Heavenly. If I'm not mistaken, when they went to Anila housewarming, about the end of the episode, Contessa was talking to Quad, and she was telling Quad that she got her feelings hurt by Dr. Heavenly. Now, this is what I want y'all to pay attention to, because this makes me think that it's something more to what's going on with Dr. Heavenly and Contessa than them YouTube videos. If you pay attention to what Contessa says when she is at that housewarming party for Anila and she's talking to Quad, she said her feelings got hurt by Dr. Heavenly. Then she said she was able to get over, and this ain't verbatim, but basically she was saying she was able to get over her going on YouTube time and time again saying something about her. So that leads me to believe, okay, y'all work through the YouTube debacle of Dr. Heavenly going on her show talking about you. It sounds like y'all worked through that. It sounds like it's something else that ended up happening, that it was Dr. Heavenly and Contessa maybe within a conversation or something. It sounds like it's something that happened within a conversation. Contessa may not have liked what Dr. Heavenly said to her directly or something like that, because that YouTube stuff ain't the problem she's having no more. When I take into consideration what she said, if you pay attention to what she said, it don't sound like the YouTube videos is a problem. It's something else that is going down that I really want to know what happened at this point between Contessa and Dr. Heavenly. Because I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. Dr. Contessa be doing too much. She really is passive aggressive. I'm not here for Dr. Contessa at all. She's passive aggressive, and she really act nonchalant, like she doesn't have any feelings. To me, she exude a lot of masculine energy, if you want to be honest. Dr. Contessa and Dr. Simone, they give a lot of masculine energy to me. And Dr. Contessa, hers is up a whole nother level, because you don't get that when she's going through something. You know how you have those women that they be so tough and they be so hard, and they don't show emotion for real, or they act so nonchalant about things, and when they do care about something, or they end up being hurt and show some emotion, it be hard for you to empathize with them, because it's like, girl, you usually tough, and you finna let this right here break you. So I don't know what's up with Dr. Contessa and Dr. Heavenly, but it sounds like Dr. Contessa is trying to drag it out to me. I do feel like Dr. Contessa, she done made it work with her husband. Her and Dr. Scott, they done got back together. They had filed the divorce at one point. They decided not to list the property and sell the home and to go to therapy. She done made it right with her man, so she don't have a relationship problem to exploit this season. So I actually feel like she's using this season to exploit the dismantling of her relationship with Dr. Heavenly and make that her storyline. Because if you listen to her on the show, what she how upset she is, and what she said to Quiet, it doesn't make sense. And also, she did not want to talk to Dr. Heavenly when they were at the party. She was like, I don't want to do this right now. To me, you stretching out a storyline, boo boo, because it's real easy if it was just a YouTube thing. Okay, let's get into it about it, because really and truly, at this point, we could just cuss each other out, right? I'm not ready. I don't want to talk about it right now. So you're acting like you're so hurt and you're so crushed about something. So I can just about guarantee you the season gonna be damn near over by the time she have a conversation with Dr. Heavenly, because she gonna keep it going before she actually have a real conversation. And I seen some clips, and I don't know if this gonna be the next episode or not. But when they did the previews to the next show, it was like they finna do an intervention with Dr. Heavenly. So I just feel like Contessa is finna make this longer and extend this further than what it need to be, and just draw this out. And I'm not here for it. They need to come with some better storylines, because Jackie and Simone friendship is tied in through. We don't want to hear nothing else about that. Um, Dr. Heavenly and Contessa, it's gonna get boring real fast, because it just seems like Contessa is just dragging it out, and I'm not here for that. Um, Quad, Quiet actually Quiet actually got some interesting things going on with her this season. She's gonna have a good storyline. I'm really interested in hearing about all of the new developments and seeing what's going on in Quad's life. Right now, she has her nephew living with her from her brother who passed away. Her mom is in town permanently, and everything. So she got her a new home, 14,000 square feet. I forgot how many bedrooms it was or whatever. It's real nice. She's living real good. But I'm gonna tell you something that was interesting. When Choir was over to Dr. Heavenly house, Dr. Choir was telling Heavenly about the house and everything. And Heavenly was like, do you have a sponsor, or what she say? She used the word that Funky Dineva be saying. Uh, do you have a sponsor, or what is that mess? Gentleman caller. She said, do you have a sponsor or a gentleman caller? And Choir was like, no, because I don't want a dollar from a man, because basically they gonna think they run something. Choir tripping. Baby, I don't care what a nigga thought. He could think what he wants to, but is he running something? I don't know what Choir dating situation look like. But boo boo, if you're dating somebody and y'all exclusive, or you sleeping with somebody or whatever, let him run you something. I don't be understanding women that do that. They will be with a man, give a man their time and their body, and then they be scared to get something from him or ask him for something. I don't understand it. And I don't know what Choir got going on. I don't know if she's dealing with somebody. I don't know if she's sleeping with somebody. That's not my business to go all up between that lady legs. But what I'm saying is this. In the event that she gets to entertaining somebody in any shape, form, or fashion, like Heavenly said, you need to pay. He need to be paying some bills up in here. And if it ain't bills, he at least need to be doing something for you. It's okay to let that man do something for you. You ain't got to do it all yourself, especially if you spreading it wide for him. You definitely can have him doing something for you. But anyway, back to Quiet House. I'm about to tell y'all something that it might piss some people off because of the situation and it's sensitive. But I'm about to be perfectly honest with y'all right now. So quiet at the house, her nephew, he was 6 years old. She say that they gonna teach him how to tie his shoes. All right. He came in there and asked for some cereal. She poured him some cereal. He at the table eating the cereal. Her mama come down. Her mama is gorgeous. Look like her sister. I don't know if I ever seen Quiet Mom before. Y'all, I don't remember seeing Quiet Mama on the show. I must have missed it. But her mama came down, and Quiet ended up telling the nephew that she had went to the PTA meeting, and the teacher was saying that the the kid been doing good, but the kid haven't been focusing, saying that the nephew hasn't been focusing. And so Quiet asked the nephew, why you haven't been focusing? And the nephew goes, and she said, what you been thinking about? And he goes, I miss my dad. And he get the tissue and start to about to cry. It's two things that I thought about this, right? It at first it seemed contrived. Even the way when he came down and asked for the cereal, and it seemed like he was told to do that just so she could have that parental moment on camera or whatever, the discipline showing that she's a disciplinary or whatever. It That was a kind of threw me off a little bit. And so, and another thing that made me feel like it was something that was contrived, because it's like just to have that moment. So I'm like, is this a real moment right now, or was this something that was done in order to have that sentimental moment or whatnot, and do the flash to when the brother was alive and there? And then I thought that, okay, hopefully they wouldn't traumatize the kid, like use the kid and traumatize the kid like that. But you got to understand, I'm someone that's just watching TV and it's entertainment. You get what I'm saying? So with me watching it, that's the first thing I thought. I was like, this kind of look a little contrived right here. So I left it alone. I was like, no, I know they ain't gonna traumatize the kid like that. So then I said, you know what? That little boy slick as hell. That's what that little boy slick as hell. They better watch him. Because I remember when I was that age, and you be knowing what's gonna pull somebody heartstrings or keep them off your butt. You get what I'm saying? The first thing he went to is, I miss my dad. And he broke down like he about to cry or whatever. The grandma ended up crying. Quiet ended up consoling the son, the nephew or whatever. And then the auntie, I mean the mama, the grandma, she breaks down. Quiet end up hugging her. And he was just in the night. He ain't crying no more. And he's sitting up there like, cause she missed my daddy. And I really believe he kind of used that in a way to keep himself from getting in trouble. I really do feel like he did that. I could be wrong, but it's giving it to me because kids do stuff like that. And I was happy because I was thinking that some of this got something to do with him just trying not to get in trouble. Kids know how to use something emotional to keep you off their ass. But I was glad that Quad went ahead and gathered him and was like, okay, I know you miss your daddy. We all got to be strong together. But even with that, we got to get things done, and you still got to be on point, basically what she told him. You still got to be on point. Know you hurt. I know you're mourning. We all hurt around here, but we got to do what we got to do. So I do like that she acknowledged how he felt, but she also let him know this behavior isn't acceptable. So I appreciated that because when I was watching that scene, I was just like, this, it just didn't seem natural to me. I don't know. John Wesby said, I agree. It got the heat off him. Exactly. And that's exactly what kids do. John Wesby said, it is. Heavenly went live yesterday and said it's because she asked her for some advice. Oh, so Heavenly went live yesterday on her well, okay, so Dr. Contessa, so Heavenly went live. We talking about Dr. Contessa, right? So Heavenly went live on her YouTube yesterday, and she said that the problem, am I reading? So the problem with her and Contessa is because Contessa asked her for some advice. That sounds about right. That sounds about right. Because you got to be out your mind to go and ask Dr. Heavenly. You got to be out your mind, go ask Dr. Heavenly for some advice. She liable to tell you anything. Ain't no telling. They probably got in an argument after whatever advice Dr. Heavenly may have given that woman. I could see why. Because Dr. Heavenly don't care what she say. Yep, that sound about right. She talking about, he said, yeah. That sound about right. I'm telling you, it's things in this. I'm telling you, it's stuff in this show that I guess from being watching the show for so long, I missed last season, but watching the show for so long and understanding these girls and their personality and everything like that, is you could pick up on certain things. You could tell, because Contessa, to be honest with you, Contessa is not even that emotional like that. She's passive aggressive and she could be nonchalant, but Contessa is really like that girl, like, now let's go ahead, let's talk about it. She kind of like in your face, like when she's feeling herself, she'll be in your face with it. Come on, let's talk about it. Let's get the business clear. So I wasn't buying it. John Westby said she hung up on her, and that's what it is. Well, that sounds about right, and they need to get over it, because the thing is with Dr. Contessa and Dr. Heavenly, it doesn't make any sense. It didn't make any sense. Contessa gave herself away in this first episode. Honestly, she should have just said she don't want to talk about it, period. Because when she tried to do a breakdown with Quad, she told on herself when she said, She basically got over the YouTube stuff, and she left that alone, and we supposed to be sisters and everything, but she hurt her feelings. You letting us know it's something else, but y'all keep playing this YouTube clip like it's the YouTube clip. And I don't know why they keep playing these YouTube clips, because the thing is, this season finna be the Dr. Heavenly show. It's gonna be the Dr. Heavenly show, because every time you look up, they playing one of her clips, and Dr. Heavenly done been on her show talking about everybody. I hadn't been able to I don't be able to catch her or whatever when she be going live like I used to or whatever, because she be going live in the middle of the day. I be at work. But I usually will go back and watch or whatever. I'm gonna have to check that out and see what she said happened, because I knew it was in my spirit that one right. It just like this little boy, this little nephew or whatever. He used that. He used that to get out of trouble. He not slick. So what else had happened? Because I'm all over the place now with it. Because now I'm just piecing stuff together. So anyway, they was at Quiet House. The nephew, pull the wool over their eyes. And Anila. They panned into Anila house next. And she was getting ready for her homewarming. And this event called the Davali or something like that. It's some Indian it's part of their Indian culture. I don't know how to pronounce it that good, but she was doing that, and she ended up inviting Toya. She invited Dr. Contessa. She invited all the girls. At first, now this is the part that tripped me out. Like, people with money, they be doing way too much. I understand that the Indian culture, they love the cow because they basically worship the cow because of all the things that the cow brings to them. I can appreciate that. But y'all didn't have to go get a real big live, a live cow, you know what I'm saying? A real deal cow, and walk it through the house. Y'all could have got the Chick-fil-A cow. You know what I'm saying? These folks done went down to Old MacDonald Farm, done got a real cow, done bought the cow in the house. The cow trying to walk across the room, it's slipping and sliding on the floor mat and everything. The cow don't even know how to walk in no house. You putting this in a cow in this foreign environment. The cow is nervous. It's anxious with anxiety because you got the house you got the cow in the mansion. The cow don't be in no mansion, so it's like, oh, okay, where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? So now the cow done shitted on itself in the middle of these folks' house on the stairs or whatever. Y'all could have left the damn cow outside. Y'all got a big enough house where y'all could have walked that cow around to the back. Y'all done had to walk the cow through the house. I guess that's blessing the cow, whatever. But why y'all didn't get the Chick-fil-A cow? Y'all went and got this real live cow, you know what I'm saying, up out the barn or the pasture, whatever they be at. And you don't walk this cow through the house. Y'all didn't have to do all that. Y'all could have said y'all a little prayer, and it could have been dead on it, right? So anyway, I was just like, okay, here come people just doing the absolute most with these animals. But the girls ended up, after that, they ended up arriving. Quad was already over there. Did Dr. Heavenly come up? Dr. Heavenly came on through. Then here come, who came first? Contessa. I'm gonna tell you something. Contessa was disrespectful. Contessa could have stayed her ass at home. I'm not here for Contessa this season. I just can't do Contessa, because I'm gonna tell you something that was disrespectful to me with Contessa. When they was at the house, she was saying, oh, we have Indian friends. We go over to their house. We wear whatever it is that we want to wear. And then Dr. Scott was like, yeah, I get mad if somebody wore dashiki or whatever. My thing is this. If these people have a theme and it is what it is, and it's something that's honoring their culture, whatever this event is, the Davale or whatever they had going on, if it's honoring their culture, then I feel if you're going to be there, then you need to be in full participation, because if not, you're being disrespectful. Why I'm sitting up there. I'm not when Contessa said that. I'm thinking Contessa was gonna come through with just like a regular outfit on or something. I'm sitting up here watching it, and here come Cleopatra walking through these people's house or whatever. I'm like, why in the hell Contessa got on this Egyptian outfit? I'm like, yo, this is not the theme, Contessa. And Anila even said that Contessa did not get the assignment, and I was I was a little bit perturbed by that because I'm like, girl, you being disrespectful for no reason. Y'all already done been at odds with each other. Why? To me, I feel like at that point you disrespecting this person culture. Like you could at least, if you weren't gonna have the decency to dress how they asked you to dress, you could at least just wear regular clothes or whatever. You want to. This ain't about you, Contessa. That wasn't about you. It ain't about you. It ain't about you trying to represent, your culture or whatever the case may be. It's nothing to do with you. If they had a Wakanda Forever party, you'd have been mad as hell if they came dressed like they was at Anila party. You'd be mad as hell and feel like they was disrespectful at your Wakanda Forever party if they weren't dressed like they was from Wakanda. So you needed to dress like they asked you to dress. When in Rome, you do as the Romans do. And I felt like that was just disrespectful all across the board. And that's the problem that I be having with people sometimes. You want people to respect you and your culture, then you need to respect other people in their culture. If this lady invites you to her house, her party, and especially some type of event that's supposed to be warding off evil and it's basically their new year, for a type of event like that, I think that it was very tacky for her to walk in there with this Cleopatra outfit on, and it was not giving what it was supposed to have gave. It was just shiny. You damn near looked like an Egyptian gladiator. I did not like it. I did not like it one bit. I feel like she was disrespectful. I really do feel like she was disrespectful for doing that. Some of y'all might disagree with me, but it wasn't cute. She could have went on ahead and stayed at home if she was gonna try. To me, I feel like you came into these people's house and you tried to put on a show. I really do feel like that's what that was. And then here come Toya. She arriving late and they on their golf cart and they passing they old house on the go-kart. And Toya and Eugene, I'm finna tell y'all about Toya. That Toya, she works every bit of my nerve. Toya come to these people house. She come 2 hours late or whatever. That's not cute. She running through there asking for Patron. I don't know who still drink Patron, but she running through these people house asking for some Patron. All through the house. Girl, stop. But let me tell you something. What I did like about Anila house was all of that nice furniture and stuff she had in her bedroom and how she had it set up. She got it decorated real nice in there. And the lady said she got that furniture free for blogging. I don't know what she do. I did not know all the details of the background for Anila because I think she came in last season. I didn't watch last season or whatever. And some of it was I saw some brief parts of last season, so I don't know a whole lot about Anila, but I'm gonna have to check her out and get into what she do because they basically furnished her whole house, and it was $500,000 worth of furniture, she say, and it was free from blogging, so that was real nice. But the party looked real fun. Looked like they had a really, really good time. And I can appreciate that. I like to see the guys out there, they talking to each other and everything. I always like those moments. Um, and there was an introduction to some new cast members or friends of the cast. The real estate attorney Audra and her husband, which is a dentist. I forget what his name is. I think his name is Dr. Martin. I forgot. I think that's what his name is. They didn't give a whole lot, so I don't know how to feel about them right now because we didn't get anything from them. But I'm here for it. Love to see it. But I want to talk about before I get off here. I want to talk about Toya real quick. I want to spend some time on Toya, and I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. I don't know what's up with Toya and Eugene relationship. I don't know if they in some type of kink. You know how some people have the sub dom kinks where the men actually like women who talk crazy, who are argumentative, who are loud, who kind of tell them what to do, and they push their weight around and they act like they don't like it, but they really like it. It kind of turns them on. And so I don't know if Eugene and Toya has that type of relationship because bitch, it ain't no way in the damn hell that I could be Eugene working like he working. And I ain't got no problem with no man working and taking care of his wife. If he want to work to take care of his wife and she stay at home and take care of the kids, I'm all for it. I ain't got no problem with her being no housewife or anything like that. But her mouth, her damn attitude, and the way she be acting, I am not here for it. The stuff that she be requiring, Toya is so ridiculous. I don't understand what their relationship dynamic is. I don't know if it was a thing where Eugene thought he had, the at least the prettiest girl that he could possibly get, and he got enough money to flash his money or whatever. I don't know if it's a thing where, with him being a big guy, he paying what he weigh or something. Because to be perfectly honest with you, Toya, she don't do anything for me. Toya doesn't do anything for me. She just a regular roundaway chick. She doesn't do anything for me. So I guess that's the best he could have picked up or something like that. John Westby say she gives me that she's his beard or a cover up. You know what? It's crazy when men are with women like that and they let that go and they be a little goofy behind it. It does make you feel like the woman is acting as his beard. But let's just say she's not, right? So if she's not acting as his beard and they are not in some type of kink, Toya just disrespectful all around. This lady said that her dream home, this had to be the dumbest thing that I had ever heard before. I remember when they was building that house and she was calling it the dream home, that they was putting writing their name in the wood and everything before the house was complete. If it's your dream home and you're building it from the ground, then it seems to me that you're gonna have a hand in the construction, how everything is laid out, right? You telling them how big you want this, how big you want that, everything. This is your dream home. You're loving it. Now, how in the hell you go from this is your dream home to now all of a sudden, oh well, it didn't have a tennis court. The pool wasn't big enough for kids and adults. It doesn't have an elevator in there. But if it was you built it up from the ground, if you wanted all of that, you could have added all of that. And how you go from having an actual mortgage and you're going in trying to own a home and you feel like a rental property is better, and then you talk about you finna build you another dream home, and the rental property, I guess it has all of the amenities or whatnot that she wants, and it has an elevator in there. So the kids going up and down on the elevator every time she called them in to do something. And to be honest with you, with her being a housewife, she got them kids running around do too much damn work. Bitch, what is you doing? But anyway, the kids going up and down on the elevator. I guess the elevator gets stuck. They done broke the elevator. Eugene come home from work. Soon as this man get in the house, this man ain't put his bags down good. You hear me? Soon as he come across the threshold, here come Toya. Tell your daddy how you broke the elevator. Aiden screaming and all of that. God damn, the man can't get in. You ain't go hug the man, kiss the man. You know what I'm saying? You want a drink? You all right? Let him sit down, chill for a minute. How was your night at work? How are you doing? You know what I'm saying? How was your drive home? Are you all right? Are you hungry? You know what I'm saying? Soon as the man get in the house, you start telling him something that the kids done did. You at home all day, go ahead and discipline the kids or whatever. Why is you bothering this man? with these what these kids done did. As soon as he get in the house, of course you tell them later on or whatever, but who want to come in the house and as soon as they walk in the door, you coming with some type of issue, you screaming, you loud. I understood that, man. And then when Eugene was saying that he would have did the same thing that one of the kids would have did by the way he had put something up. She wanted him to put something up and had leave it in a bag. He took it out the bag. Eugene was like, I would have did the same thing. Here comes Toya. Why you always taking their side? I mean, maybe his kids is a sense of refuge for him because you're not. She get on my nerves. Like stuff like that get on my nerves, and it's not my place to to try and dissect other people's relationship and tell them how it go or whatever. But I just don't like when people interact like that in a relationship. It just be overwhelming. It's just just a little bit too much for me. And I'm gonna tell you what was funny too. Toya had said, well, this is a black people house. This is a black people. This is this is a black family house, and black families yell. No, you yell. You know what I'm saying? Why do y'all be wanting to hang on to all of these negative stereotypes and all of that? No, you yell. That's what you do. And so Toya goes to say, so what you want to do? You want to get a white woman? Stupid shit. Like you want to keep on playing with me. You want to keep on playing with me. Bitch, you keep on playing with me, baby. You better been done did you a Shawnee O'Neal or a Drika Gates or something and start hiding and stashing you some money for when you ready to leave your escape plan, because you not finna keep on playing with me up in here. So I hope you tucking something away, because you got one or two more times I'm gonna been done left you. If I was Eugene, yeah, she'll have one or two more times to play with me because she do way too much. Oh, you want to get you a white woman? And Eugene said, are they quieter? So he's very passive or whatever. But one thing I do know, at the end of the day, he's still a man. He's still grown. He's still a human. And that stuff gets on his nerves, and she finds it funny. She finds it funny. I can't deal with Toya. I can't deal with her. I don't even understand the purpose of Toya and Eugene being on a show. I honestly cannot understand it. She doesn't make a whole bunch of sense a lot of times when she talks. Um, she gives. You remember Portia on the Real Housewives of Atlanta when she used to be slow and be saying stuff like, "Where's the?" She was like trying to find, the underground, the train on the underground railroad and all of that or whatever. She gives. That's how Toya come off to me, a little slow. And it's just it's too much. They just way too much. I can't stand to watch them interact. I really can't, because it's always something. And I honestly, another person that I really don't like how she be talking, I don't like how Dr. Simone be talking. I don't like how Dr. Simone talk to her husband either. I don't like how Dr. Simone talk to nobody. Because Dr. Simone is one of those people that gets in your personal space and start yelling or whatever. And you get your little Simone looking ass on somewhere. I've been to bop you. You know what I'm saying? Don't you jump in my face and be doing all that yelling, lady. So her and that Toya, I don't like how they communicate. And I'm gonna tell you something else before I get off here. I find it interesting that people are always trying to find some type of flaw in Dr. Heavenly and Dr. Damon relationship. I'm pretty sure they go through something, but they ain't going through the type of mess that y'all going through. It's not that big of a deal. Every relationship is gonna go through something, and if they know how to deal with each other and not let it explode, then cool. I'm gonna tell you the reason why. I'm finna tell y'all the reason why, and a lot of people ain't finna like this either, because I be feeling heavenly on this. The reason why Dr. Heavenly and Dr. Damon don't be having them problems like you other people is because y'all always try and work outside of y'all true essence. You got these power couples, you got these strong women, you got these strong men, you know what I'm saying? and nobody want to work within their true essence. Heavenly works within her true essence as a woman, regardless of her title, regardless of how much money she's making, regardless of what. You can tell Dr. Heavenly put her family first. Her family is the forefront, which includes her kids and her husband. That's the forefront for her. That's what's the top tier for her. All of these other people, they're consumed with everything else. Dr. Heavenly, she might not be the best cook in the world. She might not be as domestic as some people would look and think that a housewife should be. And she's definitely not a housewife. She's a working woman. But she worked within her true essence where she understands the power of her divine feminine energy. And she respects Dr. Damien's divine masculine energy. So it actually works in their relationship, even though both of them are breadwinners, both of them are educated. You know what I'm saying? Both of them got something going on for themselves. They understand the true essence with working within your nature. So that's the problem with these other relationships versus Dr. Heavenly relationship. You're not going to see all of that because Dr. Heavenly ain't even finna interact with Dr. Damien a certain type of way and vice versa. They not finna have those issues because they know how to work within their true essence. So instead of y'all looking at their relationship and trying to poke holes and saying, oh, they think they perfect or trying to act like they think they perfect. No, they're not perfect. They don't figure out how to balance things out and for it not to explode the same way Dr. Contessa and Dr. Scott said when they went to therapy, they found a way to be able to fight fair instead of letting it blow up. You're going to have relationship issues. But see, they had to go to therapy to get to where Dr. Heavenly and Dr. Damien is at. Now they could work because they know, hey, we're going to fight and we're going to have issues. But at the end of the day, we got to be able to have some type of decency about ourselves and respect for each other when we approach each other with the problems that we're having. And that's how it ends up working. John Wesby says Heavenly submits when she needs to. Exactly. And people don't even understand what submission actually looks like. You know, when you're in a relationship, both parties yield to each other. If you notice, Dr. Damien, he's quiet and mild tempered. You would think he let Heavenly just run out of control or whatever, but she know when to stop. She know how much he gonna take or whatever. He's mild tempered, and sometimes like Dr. Heavenly when she was checking that woman for being in Dr. Damien's face, and they had went to the confessional, and they asked Dr. Damien, do he have female friends, and he was just like, kinda, sorta. And she was like, no. And he was like, well, a little kinda. And he was just like, nah, I don't, whatever. He know, you know what I'm saying, even though Heavenly, whatever, but he know I'm not even finna try and push my weight in this particular situation, make an issue out of it, create an environment where we end up arguing about something that's stupid. I'm just gonna bow out of that. You right. See, some people actually disturb their own peace from just trying to be right all the time. You ain't gotta be right all the time. Is being right worth disturbing your peace? You know, so you can actually see how they both yield to each other. I love Dr. Damien and Heavenly relationship. I want to see what this new couple is gonna give. I want to see more from Anila and her husband, because her husband, he tickled me when the guy then announced his name right. It will introduce him right when he was announcing his name, and he didn't call him a doctor, and he said, "I'm a doctor, motherfucker." That tickled me. So he's funny. So I'm looking forward to what Choir got going on, Dr. Heavenly and Dr. Damien and her family. I'm looking forward to Anila and this new couple. I don't know if Jackie gonna give me a whole lot. We need Jackie because she's the equalizer. But Dr. Simone and Dr. Contessa and what they got going on, they could really exit stage left because I'm those two. I'm just not interested in. I'm just not interested in them at them at all. And I feel like their storylines will be riding the coattail of others at this particular point. So y'all let me know what y'all think about this episode. And if y'all think that I'm right about well, it got confirmed already of what I thought about Dr. Heavenly because somebody John Westby already said that she had went live. I'm gonna have to go check out that live and hear what she said because that sounded real funny to me. But y'all drop down in the comments, tell me what y'all think. I'm gonna try and keep these reviews up. I'm not a big TV person like I used to. I'm gonna try to keep these reviews up and do them at least Monday or Tuesday. I don't want to let the week go by because I be forgetting stuff. This is my first time actually doing show reviews, but hey, I'm like, hey, I got a podcast now, goddamn it. I be watching the show. I might as well talk about the show. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, thank y'all for joining me tonight. Go ahead and like the video, share the video, and make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel if you're not already subscribed, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss when I go live. Also, you could catch me every Monday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time on the Hip Hop School Past and Present podcast. The show last night, it was explosive. It was crazy. Y'all need to go check that out. I have the link to the podcast in the comments. Click on that, subscribe to that as well. John Wesby said, keep it coming. I am. Anyway, y'all, thank y'all so much for tuning in tonight. I'm about to tune out. Y'all have a good one.
I hope you black men were paying attention. I hope you black men were paying attention.